And then I started noticing some of my books were missing. So we came to the playground at school, and I'm about to go down one of the slides. Good morning. Today is Thursday, December 6, 2018. It is the 6th day of Vlogmas. I'm about to let my students in, and I just realized I forgot to wrap the book for today. I gotta get very creative on how I'm gonna do that because I gotta get it wrapped. All right, so this morning the students are gonna start by taking their iReady assessment, and then we'll have the rest of the day, so let's see how it goes. So I'll catch up with you later. The students are in PE right now, and as you saw in the morning, we got to read our read aloud. They took their iReady diagnostic for reading the first part of it at least, because we usually take 2 days to administer that diagnostic. So tomorrow, hopefully everyone will be able to finish in less than 45 minutes, hopefully. But they did that, and then we started working on making sure we finished our chapter summaries for 1 through 5 for Mr. Popper's Penguins. And they received a handout from the resource that I purchased of the book umbrella for this particular novel study, where they had to look for a few words in chapters 7 through 9 and find the synonyms, and then find which one will complete the sentence the best. And then on the back, they had to answer some reading questions from those 3 chapters. So I wanted them to finish that, but they actually took longer than anticipated. So we didn't get to read our Mr. Popper's Penguins chapters 11 and 12 today, or do the annotations for that, or work on our opinion essay. And then while they were working independently, I started to put some books away and realized that some of the books were not placed correctly in the bookshelf. And then I started noticing some of my books were missing. So as a result, this happened to our classroom library. I have officially closed our classroom library temporarily until our books turn up. I hope this gives the kids a clear message that we really need to take better care of our classroom library books and the library itself. They are very fortunate to have all these different kinds of books in our library that they can check out, they can read in the classroom. And it just hurts me to see brand new books that I added to our library this year go missing. So, I mean, in the past, it hasn't affected me as bad, but now it's like, you know, it takes me a long time to build this collection. A lot of these books I purchased myself. So yeah, I hope that they turn up. I think they will turn up. But yeah, so for now, the library is closed until further notice. All right, so it's my planning time, like I already mentioned, probably, I don't know. I've been rambling, probably did. But right now I'm gonna work on some things to get ready for the afternoon. We're gonna do math, science. I put science and social studies together. Don't know if we're gonna get to it because usually when I do that, we don't have time for both, but we'll see how it goes. All right, so I'll check back with you at the end of the day. Today, our Girls in the Run and Girls on Track have their party to celebrate the end of the season. So I'll be sure to include some clips of us celebrating our time together. There will be some yummy food to eat and we'll spend time together. And then next week, not this weekend, but the next following weekend, on Sunday, we have our 5K. So that's very exciting. All right, so let me get going and I'll catch up with you later. It's the end of the day, and we did have a good afternoon. The students came back from PE. They started working on a fractions practice sheet that they actually loved. And they told me, Ms. Sanchez, we should do this at the beginning of every class. This is fun. We're reviewing things that we're going over in class. So I'll make sure that I do that tomorrow for comparing fractions, which we went over today. I think I showed you a couple of clips of the students setting up their notebooks. I'm going to show you a close-up of what we did in our math notebooks and what we added in our science notebooks. We ended the day with science. We didn't get to social studies. So tomorrow I'm going to have a semi upside down day tomorrow. They're going to finish their iReady reading assessment. And after that, we're going to start right on social studies, taking our notes for chapter 2 and finishing that up so that they can take their test. And hopefully they can also take it tomorrow. So I'm just going to let them take the test using an open notebook test. So as long as they took good notes, they can just refer to their notes and do their chapter 2 social studies test. All right, so let me show you the notebooks right now. And after that, I'm going to go to my Girls on the Run party. So let's look at the notebooks now. So today the students were introduced to how to compare fractions. We added our new standard. Again, this comes from Jason's online classroom. I just print out the 4 in a page standards and I cut them out so the students can add them to their notebooks. We took notes on what a benchmark was. I had them draw a number line with fractions so that they can see what we mean by using a half as a benchmark to help compare fractions. And then we added our pages from Create, Teach, Share, where she also shows the fraction model as a strategy for comparing fractions, the benchmark of 1/2, and common denominators. And here they practice using various strategies to compare these fractions using less than, greater than, or equal to. And then I created my own comparing fractions strategy sheet that goes over 5 different ways to compare fractions, including the butterfly method, which I let the students know that this only works when we have 2 fractions that we're comparing. It doesn't work when we're comparing more than 2 fractions like these examples up here. So that's what we did for math today. For science, continuing with weathering, erosion, and deposition, I created another doodle. I actually drew this myself on the computer and I printed it out and I had the students kind of color it. But basically it shows a diagram of weathering, erosion, and deposition because they're going to have a similar diagram on their test and I want them to know the flow of how each of these processes happen. So they did that, they added it into their notebooks, and then we watched a BrainPOP video. Let me show you a glimpse of those videos right now. So I'm very fortunate to be able to have a BrainPOP subscription that our school purchases for all of us. And the way that I found this video, went into science, and then from there, I went into forces of nature. And in here, we first watched the weathering video, and then after that we watch the erosion video. Now the cool thing about these is that they also have a quiz that you can do as a review and you can make it all big over the screen and you can just answer it and it tells you whether it's right, or if you do something that is wrong, it just does that and then you choose the right answer and so forth, but it knows that you got it wrong. This is just a review quiz. Now, the cool thing is that it also allows you to print the quiz if you don't want to use it online like that. And that's exactly what I did. I printed the erosion quiz and I also printed the weathering quiz. And the students went ahead and took that after we watched the video and we discussed the information in the video. We did the review quiz while the students actually recorded their answers on this sheet right here for the actual quiz. So that's basically what we did today. Like I said, we didn't get to social studies, but we'll do that tomorrow. And we didn't get to read Mr. Popper's Penguins like I mentioned earlier. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead to the party and I'll speak to you again afterwards. So it's after Girls in the Run and some of the girls are waiting to get picked up. So we came to the playground at school and I'm about to go down one of the slides. And one of my students from last year is gonna film me. So let's do this. 2. All right. Ready? That was so much fun. All right, see you soon. I'm back in my classroom after Girls in the Run. The girls were all picked up. I had a lot of fun with them. It was great to celebrate together. And now that I'm back in my room, I'm going to start gathering all my things because I'm headed to Starbucks. 1, I want to work on a couple of things that I want to put on my TPT store. And 2, it is my night to work on my dissertation with my study buddy. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I think that's all I need to do for now because tomorrow the students are pretty much set. And I will let you know how our day goes tomorrow, Friday. Yes. But before I go, I do want to give a shout out. And today's shout out goes to John. John, thank you for being such a positive and outgoing and cheerful kid. You make me laugh for sure, whether it's with your funny sound effects or interesting questions, you definitely put a smile on my face. And keep up the good work that you always do. All right, so that is it. I hope you enjoyed coming along with us today. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought or any questions you may have. Also, if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing and hitting the bell for notifications so you don't miss any future videos. I hope you have a beautiful, magical day, and don't forget to smile.
Hello dreamers, wishers, and magical thinkers. Thank you so much for making it to the very end of this video and for showing your support. If you'd like to subscribe, you can do so by clicking on my picture down here. You can also check out my latest videos here and here. Don't forget to believe in the magic that's inside you because you are capable of great things. See you next time.